বিদ্যাদি কেমন আছেন? কলকাতার সিনেমা লাভারদের দেখে কেমন লাগছে?
Its memory of this particular film, Bhalo Theko. So I call Vidya Balan. And Shogita, please. Now the directors of film will felicitate Vidya Balan.
You know, I was actually here to do an ad film with Pradeep Sarkar, who we all fondly call Dada. And there was a production manager, Dinesh Raut. And unfortunately, Dinesh Raut is also not amongst us anymore. So I'm sorry, but today's bringing back lots of memories for me. Of course, fond memories, but it also tugs at my heart. I will forever be grateful to Dinesh Raut because not only did my career start with Bhalo Theko, but he introduced me to a wonderful human being. I'll never forget my first call with Gautam Da. I didn't know what it was like, how people in the film industry, how directors are. I didn't know how to read a script. I'd never read a script before. And Gautam Da was a very gentle-mannered man, and he spoke to me and he referred to me as Bidda. I remember correcting him the first time he said Bidda because I didn't know that Bengalis say Bidda. But he continued to say that. So I said, okay, that's really not important. But he narrated the story to me in gist, and then he emailed me the script. As a matter of fact, I just checked. It's still in my inbox. Such a big thing. And I read the script and I spoke to him and I said, okay, I'm doing the film. And the next thing you know is I came here with my mother for the shoot and met Gautam Da and Bodhi and Rai, who was very, very little at that time, their daughter. And it just felt like they invited me and my mom home. And I have to tell you that today I understand a lot of Bengali. Today I speak a smattering of it. But Gautam Da narrated to me in Bengali and I understood the story completely. I don't know how. It was just the feeling with which he narrated it. There were a couple of words in between that I didn't understand, and I stopped him and I asked him, what does this mean? What does that mean? But he narrated it to me and I could see, he was just, there was something, he just needed to tell this story, and I think that the love I saw in Gautam Da through the years after that is what I experienced in that first narration with him. His love for Anundi, the character. His love for all the characters, the story. Which is why probably it spoke to me even though I didn't completely understand the language. And then, before we knew it, we were shooting. It was, my first scene was with Soumitra Chatterjee, who's also no longer amongst. I was like, oh my God, my very first scene, I had to say Jatha Moshai, and firstly the pronunciation I couldn't get. So I remember he said you can say Jethu, but I still worked on the pronunciation. I got it, and it was a lovely experience. We shot for about 15 to 18 days, that's all. We started on the 18th of May and we were done on the 3rd of June, if I'm not mistaken. And at one go, it was just amazing. We had Obika shooting it, we had Onupda doing sound, who's no longer amongst us either. God bless his soul, we lost him just a few months ago. And it was just, it felt like after that first scene with B. Soumitra Chatterjee, you know, where I have to say that I was comfortable because Gautam Da made me feel like I knew exactly what I had to do. You know, he trusted everyone he worked with. There was always an atmosphere of you'll do, you know, don't worry. I think that for a newcomer to get that from a director was very precious. Honestly, I don't know what I've done in the film. I still don't know how I've done what I've done in the film. If I've done anything that is even remotely, you know, it's very special to me. But a lot of people tell me that they've watched the film and that they really enjoy watching it. It's because of Gautam Da, and I really, really miss him today. But I'm so grateful to Kif for doing this, in a tribute to. I remember I tried dubbing for the film, and Gautam Da said, "You speak very good Bengali, we'll dub with you." But obviously, I was, you know, the little nuances were getting missed out. So then, more dub for me. They, you know, you all have welcomed me with open arms, and I think I was bristling from the hurt I felt from all the rejection I felt down south. And then this film happened, and it happened so beautifully, so effortlessly, that I was like, and you know, just the, I think Bengal equals love. I really feel every time I don't come to Kolkata for a few months at a stretch, I feel a yearning. And my mother says, you know, you've never lived there. Why do you feel like that? I have an explanation for it. But I think because I yearn this love, I need my regular dose of it from time to time. And I will forever be grateful to Bengal for that love, which is what I think keeps bringing me back here. But I have to say that I've loved Bengali cinema. I love the Bengali culture, the language. Yeah. So I've picked it up over the years. And I keep telling people, Ami Probashi Bangali. You know, so Shujoy keeps telling me, you're such a show off. Because just because you know the word Probashi, you just can't use it. But what the hell? I do. What the hell? You're making a Bengali classic, something that comes from here for you. And he said Purinita. And that's how it started. And so Dada kept telling me that I'm going to be Lolita. But then, you know, Chopra said, मैं इस पे पैसे कैसे लगाऊं? ये चेंबूर की लड़की, you know, इतने सारे पैसे मैं इस पे कैसे लगाऊं? So I went through a whole lot of auditions, video tests, not 40 and all, those are rubbish figures because, you know, online, a lot of people have said 17 makeup tests, 40, that's not true at all. But we did do a lot of auditioning for that, and finally, that's how I bagged the film. But again, Dada had faith in me at a time when I didn't have faith in myself, so I have too many Bengalis to thank in one lifetime. We were shooting Piyu Bole. And oh my God, it was like all my, literally like, my Bengali cinema dreams were coming true. You know, I was playing Lolita in Purinita. How can it get any better than a Sarat Chandra Chatterjee novel, you know? And then there was Saif, there was Dada, it was just magical. Shooting in Kolkata, shooting in all the places that stay etched in my heart forever. You know, even today when I pass by, I feel like, yeah, shooting Kirti. Because after that, I also shot many films here. After Purinita, there was Kahani, there was Kahani 2, there was Teen, there was Begum Jaan. So I've just shot a lot here. Read the script quite a few times. And more important than reading it by myself, I sit with the director. Because I like to know how he or she is looking at it. You know, because it's finally the director's vision that we are living out on screen. So that's very important for me. To know the character, to know the character's world. To just, I think that process is very precious. And if there is, of course, any skill that requires to be learned or acquired for that film, then there's that prep also. But otherwise, it's largely with the director. All trained. I think there were quite a few. I think I've been Eklavya to many, to a lot of actors and directors whose work I've watched, and that has moved me. But I think Madhuri Dixit ignited that desire in me to be an actor. And Shabana Azmi was the kind of actor I wanted to be. And equally, Sridevi was that kind of actor that I wanted to be. So it was like, I always felt like, why can't there be, a Shabana and a Sridevi together? Yeah, together. And I think I find, but lots. There's Tabu, there's Rekha ji, there's Meena Kumari, there's Madhubidi, um, so many. I can keep counting. The performances are various. Was offered to me. I was a bit skeptical because Bhool Bhulaiya has given me a lot. So I was like, I didn't want to touch it. I didn't want to taint it in any way. But then I think something in me changed. I think we all learn and grow and evolve and watch and feel differently. And I felt like I want to do a fun film, and that's when Bhool Bhulaiya 3 got offered to me. And I felt it was a very well written script. It was an entertaining script on paper. And I knew that with Anis Bazmi, it would only go a few notches higher. I hadn't done this kind of film in a long time, so I was itching to do it. And then they told me that initially the song was going to be picturized on me because it originally has me in the film. So I was like, fine. Anyway, I knew I would have to work hard because it's dancing, and dancing I don't regard as one of my fortes. So I knew I'd have to work hard. Then Madhuri ma'am said yes to doing the film. And I had a feeling that now they're going to tell me, obviously you'd want to max it if you had Madhuri Dixit in the film. And they told me, they said, we were thinking, why don't we have a dance off between you and me, you and her? And I was like, I was initially nervous, but I also thought to myself that, I've danced in front of the mirror to Ek Do Teen for I don't know how many times as a kid. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be able to share screen space with her in a dance. And I thought that, Bharatnatyam for a few months. Whenever in between shoot I got time, this time around, I did not have that. I did not have time to start training. So my body wasn't used to the form. It had been a long time since I had done Bharatnatyam, and Bharatnatyam is a bit structured, but I started rehearsal 2 weeks before the song, and I was promoting a film called Dor Do Pyar. So I hardly got any time, but whenever I got time, I went and rehearsed because I was going to be standing in a frame next to Madhuri Dixit. I wanted it to at least look decent. But I have to say, Chinni Prakash, Chinni Master and his assistants were amazing. They gave me as much rehearsal as I wanted. Whenever I wanted to rehearse, they were there for me. So I worked very hard. But I enjoyed the process. And when on screen, when people tell me that it's turned out well, I feel so gratified. People come and randomly tell me, Ami Monjulika. Look at it, even one of my most popular characters, Monjulika, is a Bengali. Yeah. So, I'm telling you, there is a connection. Somehow or the other, I find a Bengali connection. But it's fantastic. Like I said, it's 17 years and still giving. Yeah. And I feel so blessed to have that. I am looking to do more comedy for sure. Because I love comedies. I just feel that they don't write enough comedies for women. I hope that's changing. I'm putting this message out into the universe and saying, please send me some good comedy scripts. I just feel like, especially post-pandemic, I just feel like I want to watch light stuff, and therefore I want to, as an actor, do light stuff that makes people smile and feel happy. Yeah, so I'm in that frame of mind at the moment. Until then, I was being told that, you're looking the sexiest you've ever looked. Or sexy began to be used in connection with me only after the dirty picture. And I felt like, oh, that means size doesn't have anything to do with being sexy, being desirable, being sensuous. So I began to own my body, but it's still work in progress. Girl, you know, and I therefore I grew up wanting to be visible because I'm an actor. You know, wanting to be invisible at the same time being visible, because as an actor you want, and because I felt shy, you know, I felt awkward growing up. I was, but I think I love acting so much that that's the one place where I don't care what I'm doing. I just love what I do. So I think I'm so grateful that I feel so blessed and humbled that I get to do this for a living, to do what I love for a living and to receive so much love. And today, when I look back, you know, I feel like I've put myself out there throughout the years in various body shapes and, you know, in my various body stages. And this is also one stage, and who knows, it might, you know, this can also change, right? Nothing is permanent. But I feel so happy that that never pulled me back from owning myself, from living my dream, and from being who I am. And I think for that, I can only give gratitude to my parents for the way they brought us up, you know, to be unapologetic. Both my sister and me, Priya and me, have always been unapologetically ourselves. And today, I can, you know, I have the awareness to say that, yeah, it is thanks to them. और एसएमएस रूढ़िया में भी मैंने किया है, हालांकि मुझे वो थोड़ा कठिन लगता है, पर मैं कोशिश करती हूँ. कन्नड़ा, तेलुगु, तमिल, मलयालम, पंजाबी, गुजराती, मराठी, बंगाली, हिंदी, इंग्लिश, हर भाषा में मैं डब करती हूँ. लेकिन अभी तक असमिया वो करूँगी.
आपने क्या आपकी चोली क्या पहनना मैम थैंक यू मैम थैंक यू मैम वी ऑल लव यू मैम
তুমি করলে সবাই করবে এটাই 30th এডিশন মেমোরেবল থাকবে
বাঙালি মিডিয়াকে খুব ভালোবাসি. I think 20 years ago, in December, I made my debut with Bhalo Theko, and all kinds of people that exist within me. Correct. So I think there are some images that you associate with Kolkata: the tram, Victoria Memorial, fuchka, someone eating the fuchka, and similarly Bullock taxi. So I will miss it. It breaks my heart that I'm not going to see any more yellow taxis on the streets of Kolkata. Tram भी मैंने सुना बहुत कम हो रहे हैं. Yeah, I will miss both. The passion with which Bengalis watch a film is unmatched, and I just enjoyed that experience, you know. And to be Thali girl at that time was a matter of great pride for me. I'm saying, you know, just like Basuda's films, Rishida's films used to have so much comedy. No problem. I love Keshtu Mukherjee also. তোমাতে আমাতে দেখা হয়েছিল, জানি না কবে কোথায়, জানি না. Thank you.
সরে যাও, লেগে যাবে. সরে যাও. খুলুক দিদি, সিটটা এগিয়ে নাও.
विद्यार्थी
আচ্ছা, এ খুলে গেছে.